What's up guys, Matt here coming at you with another quick video. Today we're getting super scientific with my redneck ramp here and doing some insanely NASA type testing around here. So yeah, let's get to it. I wanted to check out the Flex Blades from Mofo RC. These are the Flex Blade XRs. I have the regulars back here. I've already unpacked them, got them on this nice mat. Y'all know I love my work mat. So we're going to install those. I'm not looking for much travel for this truck, really not looking for any. Honestly, I'm loving the way this is running. I like these Treal oil filled shocks with the VLP springs off of the double barrels. But I wanted to test these things, so we're going to do that. For anybody that don't know, all they are is this little 3D printed piece. So this screws in where the shock goes, then your shock will go back here and it gives it just a tiny bit more flex. So I wanted to test how it did on the ramp with and without the Flex Blades, and then we'll try to get a little bit of flex going here also and see how much we gain. So you can see here I've got this amazing ramp I just built set up and we're maxed out pretty much about 59 with this truck. And I don't build my trucks based on stuff like this. I really don't care what it's going to climb on a board with grip, but this is a good way to test. So I've ran it up it a little bit and it pretty much maxes out right here. Try to save us a little time. You'll see it will climb that just fine. Okay, but if you go 60, it wants to flip. So 59.0 is really the max, the way it sits now. And then I'm going to try to drive it up this one side here, and we'll see about where the back tire comes up right there, just a hair up where we can slide something under it. And let's mark the front wheel here. It's just a piece of blue tape. It's right about the front of it. Told you this was going to be like super scientific, didn't I? Alright, so the bottom of that is where we pretty much max out with our flex. We'll do it again. Pretty much right in there. You can see that's right at the front of the tire. I might have went just a little high. Yeah, right in there. So yeah, that's pretty close. Like I said, this is super scientific. So now I'm going to put the Flex Blades on. I'm going to go ahead and just put them on all four corners and we'll test it again. We'll see what kind of incline we can get, if it hurts or helps, and how much flex we gain out of it. So I expect we're going to gain some flex, but I really wanted to see if it hurt our climbing on a steep incline. So I'll throw the Flex Blades on and we'll do it again. Alright, so just in case you don't know how these go, you can see I have it, the single hole screwed in. You want this tab towards the transmission to where your shock holes are away from the transmission, and this will allow the shock to come up just a little bit but not go too far. So it gives you just a tiny bit of more flex without getting all out of whack. So go ahead and mount our shock. I'm using the outer hole. There's 2 holes there. I'm using the outermost one, which should give the most. And then you don't want to tighten this screw too tight or that won't pivot. So you see how that it goes down and it comes up, and it gives you just a little bit more. So really, if you wanted to, you know, you could bring your shock back here and get quite a bit more. Like I said, I really don't want much more out of this, but I was curious how these would do. And I am just going to do the rear real quick and go ahead and test that. That way we know what it does with just the rear. Because I'm sure a lot of people are curious if just doing the rear would be better than the front, because maybe the front will unload more and it'll cause issues on the incline. But alright, so we'll try this again. Loving this FlySky Noble MB4. Gonna have to do a video on it soon. I wanted to get some testing in with it. So we're still setting at R59, should be. Let's check that to be sure. Yeah, we're still at our 59. That was with the body earlier. So you can see just how moving those shocks a little bit has affected this. I don't like it. Okay, let's see if it helped much here on our flex. I need that tire off of that lip of the mat. There we go. I'll make sure it's even and fair. So you can see we're getting quite a bit more flex there, probably up just a hair high, right about there. It's probably where it first starts coming off. But we gained almost the width of this piece of tape in flex. You know, the front of the tire is more up in here now, so I'll mark that. So the front of the tire is like right up in here now. So you guys can see here, we're maxing out at the bottom of this tape, and then after the flex blades in just the rear, we're maxing out here, but it's killed that climb on this incline here. So let's lower this down just a tiny bit and see what happens. See how much we lost. It's like 5.7 right there. 5.7, 57. So it's climbing 57, but you can see that tire is really lifting, so it's all at once at 57. So we lost like 2 degrees. So you gain flex, you lose you're climbing on straight incline. So, you know, that's kind of a toss-up on what you're wanting to do with your truck. So I'm going to go ahead and do the fronts now, and we'll see how that affects it as well. Anybody that don't know, this is my last build here that I've been working on with the Mofo Ugly AF chassis. Fly Sky talking to me. Love this build. Absolutely amazing chassis. This is the best LCG chassis in my opinion. You can see how nice and neat everything fits. I don't have overdrive in the front of this yet, so we're not running overdrive on this. Just haven't put it in there yet. Running the Treal weighted hex here, and this does have the aluminum axle housing on the front. I don't remember which one it is, if it's Treal or Hot Racing or what, I don't know, but little Treal brass cover here, steering links, Ugly Mofo, servo mount, and black label servo. This servo is killing it. So that's a little bit about how this truck's set up right now, and overall loving it. Working on the body, I got this to where it just mounts up with the magnets. Super easy. Haven't decided. I really like the white, but I want to paint it and maybe scuff it and dent it and stuff. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. That's why I haven't did windshield or grill or anything, because I need to be able to paint it. So I got this on a magnet also, so I can just pull it off. So I haven't did much with that, but I at least got a body that I like for it. Anyways, that's a little bit about the truck. So I'm going to install the flex blade on the front, and we'll do this again. Okay, so a quick little something here. I see everybody go nuts over these flex blades. Oh, flex blades, flex blade. And this is kind of why I hadn't really got any, you know, yet. But here, the way this moves your shock mount forward, basically, because the way this is made, it moves your shock mount up here in front of the axle. I didn't gain any drop there, which I guess it didn't really hurt anything, but I didn't really gain anything compared to having it mounted back here. You can see, if anything, I actually have a little less. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but this tire is actually up just a little bit. This is mounted in the stock location on the axle. This has the flex blade. This side's not coming down quite as far, just because it shortened the shock, really. I don't know how to explain that, but moving it up here, it made it have to reach out a farther distance, I guess. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do the other side to see how it performs, see how that shock location works. But to me, I just like how my shocks were on this truck. Now I think these might be a good option for stock shocks, more of a stock setup truck. A nice, quick, easy, cheap way to get a little more flex out of your stock shocks. But I'm just I'm not really trying to get all flexed out with this thing. Usually it don't do you any good. My bouncer rigs, you know, like the cage chassis and stuff, I'll put like some old field charismas or something on that to get a little more travel. But once you get to a certain point, too much is too much. Okay. Now I could move this up here somewhere and really get a lot of travel there. It would help that. But to me, it's, what's the point if I like how it's running? I'm just moving it around when I shouldn't have to. Alright, so they're installed. turn all this back on, and we'll see what it does. So we are at 57.1. So 57 right now. It's doing the 57, but really lifting that front. I don't really think we're going to get much more than that, but let's see. 58.5. No go. Not gonna do the 58. Really didn't like the 57 much. So let's put this back at our 59, and we'll do our flex test here. I mean, it's really not as good as it was. With them on the front and rear here, I didn't really gain much of anything. Probably because, like I said, it moved that front shock mount so far forward that I lost, my shock. It has a longer distance to travel. If I move this up here somewhere, then I could really get more drop. But I kind of wanted to just add these to a truck that was set up decent and just see if it made it better. And in my opinion, it's a wash. I'm not saying you can't take these and make something that you really like out of them. I'm just saying they're not for me. Alright, so we're back to the way we were. We're sitting at 59.35, something like that. It bounces around a little. 60 was like, it would stop at 60, so anything under the 60, this 59 point something, you can see it's starting to grab a little. I'm losing traction. I'm going to go off the side, but you can see it's kind of starting to climb. Oops, if you hit it hard, it's not going to. Going off the side, but anyways, you can see it's not flipping trying to go up that, whereas it was with the flex blade. So you can gain a little bit of travel, but you're going to lose some climbing ability. That's the case with any longer shock, basically. It's no different. So for me, I prefer it the way it is right here. I'm not running the flex blades. Maybe on one of my other builds where I'm wanting a lot of flex, I'll use them. I'm not saying they're a bad thing, just not really for me or this build. And kind of wanted to demonstrate why I really hadn't messed with them yet. I just wasn't all that excited, where a lot of people were kind of go crazy over them. The other thing, the little guy tires, I was kind of down on them. I did vent these. I took it outdoors to the creek, and there was a couple spots where it just would not go at all. I popped a hole in them, vented them, and it made those spots. So venting them does help. It's still, they're still just okay in my opinion. My Patagonias and even these KR3s or KM3s, I don't even remember which ones these are. The KM3s did just as good, honestly. I mean, obviously they don't have the clearance, so a little bit different, but they're decent. Venting them does help, so I would probably definitely do that. On my course, they're still just whatever, but they did quite a bit better outdoors vented, so just a little update there. I appreciate everybody watching. Don't forget the A-Main Amazon links, all that. If you guys need anything, hit me up. I'll shoot you a link. I appreciate all the support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that. Click the bell so you get notified when I'm posting these videos, and we'll get into another build soon. Peace.